All right, 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Cool. So, how's it going, Zach?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, it's going pretty damn good. I'm
Good.
doing better day by day.
Good.
And that's all I can do. Do
Yeah.
some baby steps.
Setup's pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. I really do like it in here. It's like I call this my psychedelic shack because I like to do psychedelics in here with all the lights and the colors. It's amazing.
Pretty good setup. Just for did you imagine what it was gonna be like before you set it up, or did you just set it up and it turned out this?
Well, I set it up piece by piece. I got one thing. I was like, what look good over there? The couch. So I got the couch from Stuff and More down the street, and I was like, it needs some colors in here. So I ordered some vinyl backdrops, and then later the AC because it was getting hot as fuck.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Summertime coming,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah.
All right, let's see how. But yeah, it's coming along here. I got these pretty dope strip lights set up. Makes it extra fun in here while tripping.
Yeah. I see the lights, sir. They're there.
Yeah.
They're very bright and very colorful. So, what made you name the podcast "The Blue Rose Journey"?
So it's basically a Chinese folklore. It's about this father that wanted his daughter to marry this one dude, just like a random dude, and have sex with him and all. Anyways, the whole thing is an emperor's daughter was to be married to married. Her father allowed her to give one stipulation, so sex and simulation, all this, for her superiors. She said she would marry the man who could bring her the blue rose. This discouraged many seeking her hand in marriage, yet some superiors were determined to win her hand in marriage. A merchant paid a florist to give him a painted rose. When he presented the rose to the princess, the paint dripped on her hand. "This is not a blue rose. I will not marry you," she announced. Another man threatened a man in his village to find him a blue rose. The man from the village carved a rose out of sapphire. And sorry, I just lost my spot. When it was presented to the princess, she replied, "This is not a blue rose. I will not marry a man whose heart is as cold as this stone." Another very cunning man asked a wizard to craft him a blue rose. The wizard gave him a box with a picture of an illusion of the blue rose inside. When presented the princess, she reached her hand out to the rose to find that her hand simply passed through it.
Wild.
Yeah. And let's go to the last man here. The next morning, the third man presented the princess with a white rose, all and pointed and whispered that it was a common white rose. The princess touched the white petals and replied, This is a blue rose." The emperor gave his blessing, saying that if his daughter said it was a blue rose, it was a blue rose. The princess and the gardener's sons were married. They lived happily ever after until the end of their days. So, the whole thing with the blue rose, with the blue rose legend, the blue rose journey, is it signifies honesty and attaining the impossible. Many variations of this legend can be found around the world, and I know a lot of people might not like that theory or that folklore, but it stuck with me.
That's all it needs to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever feels good to you.
Oh yeah. But do you remember that one time up in Fenton when we were sparring and we were tripping. You threw a right hook, I threw a right hook. We both hit each other in the chin, and then go stumbling back. That had to be like the greatest sparring experience of my life, because I've never done that before, where like two ends meet at the same time. It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I like those days.
It was a good sparring match. I like that.
It was.
I like that. I want to get more into sparring and boxing and any kind of martial art I can do. I just want to do it. It's fun.
Martial arts, like, believe it or not, it's a great form of meditation because you're focused, and that's what meditation is about. Yeah, you may not be alone, but you're still focused and you still have passion about that, about said martial arts or anything that you enjoy doing. Is technically a form of meditation, like gardening.
Yeah, like
Definitely a form of meditation.
like my jiu-jitsu, I can go in there really pissed off and come out the calmest ever.
Right.
It's so fun.
It mellows the mind by focusing on one task at a time.
And you can't really get mad in jiu-jitsu or like really anything, because like all you're thinking about is how you can hurt that person.
Right.
You're never
mad is a mistake.
You're never thinking about what that person can do to you.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to be calm.
It could be fucking Bruce Lee. You're up against, and he'd fuck you
You have
up,
to be patient.
Yeah.
Can't just go in there and attack. I mean, you can, but you got to be smart about it to where you're not getting yourself hurt or screw yourself.
Right. Patience, calmness, and seeing, like sight, seeing what you're going to do next, and like, but thinking of it like in a split second, is all a great way to do that. But yeah, I did hear that you were taking what was it, Brazilian
Jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu. Nah, okay.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah?
It's going really good. I was at work, and Jordan messaged me. She's like, "Hey, I have a surprise for you." And I was like, "Okay, what are we doing?" She goes, "That's the point. It's a surprise." I'm like, "But you can tell me what it is." She goes, "No, you're just going to have to find out when the day comes." I was like, "Oh, okay. We're going to Six Flags. Cool." Because it's been a year since I've been able to go because, well, Corona and everything like that, having a kid.
Yeah.
So I go, "Okay, cool. We're finally going to be able to go to Six Flags. Great." She goes, "No, it's not. It's not that." Like, "Well, does it cost money?" And she goes, "Well, yeah, it will." I'm like, "So we're going to the zoo." We're going to the zoo. Cool, because they just put up their dinosaur exhibit.
Right, which I hear is unbelievably cool.
It's all right. She goes, "No, we're not going to the zoo." And I'm like, "What? Grant's Farm? Something?" She's like, "No, quit guessing." So the day of the surprise came, and I put on my cargo shorts, well, my khakis or whatever, and a shirt. And she goes, "Yeah, you probably don't want to wear that." I'm like, "Why? What are we doing? Why can't I wear this? It doesn't make any sense." So she goes, "You want to wear comfortable clothes." So I was like, "Okay." So I put on some gym shorts and stuff, and a shirt, and we go and leave, and we're driving. I keep trying to guess. I'm not getting any closer. And then we get into the city, and I go, "This is weird."
Right,
getting off of Kings Highway. Am I fighting somebody? And she goes, "I mean, maybe." I was like, "Who'd you set up for me to fight? I didn't know I had."
What have you done?
I was like, "I didn't know I had beef with anybody." So I kept driving, and we go down this one road, and there was this building that said jiu-jitsu, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I really want to do that again. It's so fun." She goes, "We'll pull in there because that's where we're going." I was like, "You are a saint. You're awesome."
Awesome.
You are great. I love it. I love you.
And that's great. That's great. That's amazing.
I think she's regretting it now because I'm there more than I am home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to happen anytime, if you have like a hobby or, this special place, I guess, where you get all.
Well, I've heard from a bunch of people that do jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff that said that it could very well take off into its own league, like the UFC and stuff, but not get punched to just be like jiu-jitsu, and the people would be getting paid to role and stuff like
right,
that.
like UFC type fighting and
Yeah,
everything, but
not
jiu-jitsu.
just jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I can master that and get in there, get in that league, that'd be good because that's my passion. I love it.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't want to be going around doing jobs and stuff that I'm gonna get bored of like within a year.
Right. I
Wanna
mean,
do,
that
like-
really happens at any job, you know.
Yeah,
If
you
you're
get
there for a
burnt
certain
out.
amount of, yeah, exactly. You get burned out if you're there for a certain amount of time. It
But the only thing that keeps you going is the job says money. You're like, oh, okay, I'll go back.
right. Which I mean is kind of fucked up because money should not be as valuable as it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally the root to all evil. Like they created money to keep us in control, and it's really fucked up. But have you been learning a lot of new things in jiu-jitsu? And
Jiu-jitsu.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fucking up the word.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning pretty quick.
That's good.
Like, I only have to be shown what we're doing, like, maybe 3 times, and then I'll...
Right, you're a fast learner, but by visual, you know, by experience as well, you know, like
Yeah, well,
just getting in and doing it. You
the
know?
instructor will, like, he'll come around and be like, all right, your hand has to be there, or your leg needs to be over here.
Right, just all of you on this, like, a gigantic mat
Yeah.
in this room, and then, yeah,
Mhm.
that's the same way it was with judo. It
Yeah.
was just a mat and you all on it,
Mm-hmm.
separate sections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a white belt, and I tapped out a brown belt.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Fucking A, right. Hell yeah.
It was
That's
great.
awesome. That
Because
is awesome.
he tried to go for a Kimura, and I slipped out of it, and I got him into a triangle, like an arm triangle.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And yeah, I tapped him, and he goes, how did you do that? And I was like, well, I've had training before, just I'm starting back on it.
Right. You're getting back into that
Yeah.
groove, yeah. So I'm really glad to hear that you are enjoying martial arts. Like,
Oh, it's so
I
fun.
mean, I consider us family, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And
Known
it's,
each other
it's
for a
nice
long
to hear
time.
when someone a part of your family is doing good.
Yeah. I remember, like, a long time ago when you and Dakota were really good friends, and, like, I'd go, Dakota, let me just hang out with you guys because I'm bored. Yeah, well, Duff doesn't want to.
What?
Yeah, he'd always say Jordan doesn't want to, and I'm like, why?
Well, I just have to say, if Dakota, you're listening, that is complete bullshit, and you fucking know it. I love you though, brother, but still.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, I try to keep in touch with him like every other week, you know, see how
Yeah.
he's doing and everything.
Dude, I've tried to get him to, like, move back up here. Like, yeah, he's probably going to have to stay with our parents for a little bit.
Well, yeah,
But
I mean,
I could get him a job with me
right, and
to where he can get enough money to move out.
exactly, and
and
with
to his
the
own place.
job you have, that's
Yeah.
in no
And
time, really.
he told me no. He'd
Really?
rather
What?
just stay there.
Man,
I offered
you,
it, like,
you
all
gotta
this-
do the stuff that's best for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but, like, I said I'd give him a ride to work, ride home, and everything like that.
Well, I know. Yeah.
And he just said no. And, like, what are
Man.
you doing down there?
Right.
Because, like, there was a while where he didn't have a job for, like, almost 2 years.
Yeah. It has to be nice to get money, you know.
Yeah.
As bad as that sounds, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't
But-
really spoken or hung out with him or talked to him that much ever.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime I do ask what he's doing, he finally has a job at Lowe's. He goes, "Oh, I'm working," and
That's right up in Fenton.
I don't think so.
What?
I think he's still down somewhere in Washington.
Well, I know he lives down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't
Right,
I don't
somewhere,
know
yeah,
anymore.
some
I don't know
Lowe's,
anymore
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't keep in touch, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna do what he was gonna do.
Well, yeah, but you know, he also has to think about himself.
Yeah,
You know, like he has to think about, all right, today's another day. How am I going to better myself on this particular day?
to
You
be
know?
honest, I don't even think he does that.
I know.
I just-
Like,
I just think he
should,
thinks
though,
like
you know?
he wakes up and goes, "Okay, what are we doing today?"
Right.
And the bad part, like I think his mentality is like if, you know, he wakes up like he has to go to work and his friends are going out and doing something fun, he's gonna go do that instead of going to work.
Spontaneous impulse.
Yeah.
Spontaneous impulse. You know. Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, I have work today. I'm not gonna call out or show up, but I'm gonna go do that fun thing.
Right.
I know I'm gonna lose my job for doing that, but I'm gonna still
Right.
go do that." And it's like, what?
And
You're an adult now.
yeah.
You can't do. You
I
can't
was
be
like that
doing
for a little bit, but you know, I realized, I saw, you know, you gotta do what helps me, and that's getting a job and sticking with it.
Yeah, plus just sitting around, like, things do get boring, and you do need a job to, like,
Yeah.
keep it, uh, like, not routine, but, like, different.
Right.
Like, oh, I can do this from this time, but I have to go to work, and then, like, it gives you a break.
Right.
Where
Exactly.
everything that you're going to be doing later on is still
like
interesting.
a schedule, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, instead of, oh, I have all these things to do that could be fun, and then, like, you still have all those things and you're not going to work. And then you just get burnt out with that because, like, you've done everything. So, like, what is there to do now? But now, if you do one thing and then go to work, there's still many more things to do before you go to work, different days.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Like, you have time. That's all we have right now is fucking time. You know, waiting for everything to get fucked up.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I feel it. This world's going to be ending very soon.
Oh, for sure. Like, whether we know it or not, but for sure.
Yeah.
Like, so let's for example, particle accelerators, right? I know we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but
and it didn't catch at all because we didn't have the mics on.
I know, yeah.
Rough draft.
But from a, let's say, just tiny dot on a piece of paper, right? That's like literally everything that humans to this point in time to right now has learned.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. From particle accelerators, we can learn like fucking this much.
As big as this room.
Yes, as big as this room.
Yeah, we have way more stuff to learn that
Exactly.
we're just not learning.
Exactly. We're not bettering ourselves because of them, you know, whoever them are. And whether
the government.
Whether it's fucking reptilians in the fucking government or it's just a fucking bunch of dicks who think that they can run the world, the entire world, and probably the galaxy if they ever fucking go out there.
They're called the Rothschilds family.
Yeah. Yeah, you fucking hear that? The fucking Rothschilds. Straight up. I mean, that interview that was on YouTube for a while fucking was freaky.
Yeah, dude, there was this guy that was a Freemason, and he was talking about, like, the pyramids and ladders and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, the Illuminati is at almost the top, and, like, at the very top is, like, Satan and everything. And they have meetings with him and, like, figure out how the world's going to run. Because technically Satan's, like, the prince of the world.
Right.
And he controls things that go on in the world. Yeah, so.
Speaking of that, I've noticed that you found Christianity, was it? That you started studying?
It's like Christianity roots. It's like
roots.
Christianity, but studying the Bible the way the Jewish people
So it's better
understood
understanding.
it back in Jesus's time and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Not necessarily studying
Jewish.
I
mean, we do. I do some stuff that is Jewish, but like Jewish people don't believe that Jesus was the Messiah. But I do.
Right.
I do.
Power off.
Okay. You go to sleep then. But yeah, I mean, I do, because, like, why else would somebody come on Earth and do these many things and then die for it, and then, like, he quoted, like, when he was up on the cross, he quoted Psalms. And Psalm said the Messiah, when he dies, would have his feet and his hands nailed on a cross. And he quoted that, saying, "They've bound my feet and my hands to this cross." And he, like, looked at them like, "Do you believe me now?"
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All this is very interesting to think about. Like I said yesterday, I love when people are able to let me see through their eyes, through their point of view, through their perspective of things, and it's really helpful because, I mean, I'm studying Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do believe reincarnation to an extent, though. You know, like I believe there are two doors, right? Whenever this physical form dies and your soul goes wherever to this void, I believe that there's two doors. One cosmic, all-knowing being. I believe that he points to one, and it's like this golden doorway with fucking white and gold lights just shining through it. And he's like, here is where nothing can ever go wrong, where all your dreams will come true, and where you'll have anything you've ever wanted and anything you ever will want. What we consider heaven. Then I believe it also points to the other door and says, this one I'm not allowed to tell you, but it's almost as bad as life, existence. I believe that's what, I believe that's not necessarily hell, but a hell-like life, aka the reincarnation door. And as a kid, I was always, I went to Christianity middle school, Christian middle school, and I was always told, always go towards the light. You always want heaven. But see, I mean, this is my beliefs. Like this, you can believe what you want, and but I don't really want to say this, but to me, heaven sounds kind of boring, like if it is this place where everyone roams around, and it's like you get everything you ever wanted and all this. To me, like for a short period of time, yeah, it would be pretty cool. It would be not necessarily fun, but all this. But after a while, like, what more could you ever do? Like we were raised on certain type of things, and we only know certain type of things. And it's just all this stuff.
I think heaven is like life on earth, but in a better place without all the terrible things that happen on the earth. So you can have friends.
So it's an earth-like construct where, like I said, like everyone roams around like we do now, basically.
Yeah, and there'd be times to like praise the Most High and stuff like that, but like I don't really know how to put it, but like it'd basically be like life that's on Earth, but up there, but without all the murder and all
all the
trafficking,
violence and the
all
wars.
the people killing children and stuff like that, all the hunger and all that. It's like that, but like it doesn't have that up there. So like nothing goes wrong. Everything is taken care of. You have no worries about literally anything at all. Like there's no worry in your mind ever up there. And then like down here, you're worrying about literally anything. Like
anything and everything.
How am I going to make this payment? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And it's stressful and it's a pain in the ass.
It is, yeah.
But up there, it's just like, oh, this is already going to happen for me because I have faith it's going to happen for me, and it happens.
Right.
So,
like, I mean, you obviously wouldn't have any fucking bills up there and anything.
Yeah, no.
But I do understand. I do. But, I mean, we're just talking about our beliefs,
Yeah.
Literally anything could happen after.
Yeah. We don't know until it happens.
Yeah, exactly,
really,
yeah.
But you have to have faith in what you believe in all the way, even if it is somewhat incorrect.
Right. Exactly, yeah. Like, one of my beliefs also, not a Buddhism belief, but my personal belief is that what if literally every single religion at least has like 2% or 3% correct on what happens after death? What if they all could be right? What if they are all the same being? All the, like the Gautama Buddha, Jesus or God, Allah, all these different types of, I'm gonna say people, but I know they're beings. All these different types of people that we all see as a separate person. What if they're just all like one and they spread a little bit of some religion there, but it's all technically correct and to like a certain point, you know.
The Christian God, his name's Yahweh. And it says in the Bible that he is the only God, and any other God that is created is a false God. So I mean, I don't really like. To be honest, have no idea how any of that like correlates and stuff like that. I don't want to know. Like, I do want to know, but I don't want to know, just like in case it's like sinful on my part and I can get punished for that. But I don't know, man. I have no clue. I want to know, but it's not for me to know right now.
Right. Yeah, I get that 100%. Like, we just have to have faith, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what most religion is, really, faith. Even Buddhism is all on faith, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't really like being categorized as like a religion.
Right.
I just want a relationship.
Right. I get that too, because as we had this problem yesterday. I want to say because Buddhists believe this, but I can't say Buddhists because we don't perceive ourselves to be such thing, you know. We're not followers either. We're more of spiritual practices, you know. And that's one of the parts that I really enjoy, is because we can go and practice other religions as well. You know, we can see like how other people look through things and see how other people perceive things to be without disrupting our religion, our ground zero religion, you know, our true beliefs.
Yeah. I mean, I just say what I believe, and like if you want to know more, I'll tell you more that I know. Yeah. To my knowledge, I know.
Right.
And if you want to believe it, cool. Awesome. If you don't,
cool.
Don't matter to me.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, like we're obviously not here to change anyone's minds.
Yeah.
But we're here to help if you feel like you're in the wrong spot. You know.
You're lost.
Yeah, if you feel like you're lost and you don't know what to do, we're here to, you know, spread some light on what we know about our specific religions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're lost, Jesus will leave I believe Jesus will leave the 99 and come for you, the one.
The 99.
Yeah, like the 99 other people or 99 other % of the world.
Oh,
and come for you, that 1%.
Right, the 1%.
To help you not be lost anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, there is a lot of 1% out there. There is.
You know, like that don't know exactly what to do,
right. What to believe, what to do, and you know, if you come to us and ask, you know, you're more than welcome to comment. I read all the comments. You're more than welcome to ask, you know, about Buddhism or Christianity. Okay, because I mean, I remember you said like Christian roots.
Yeah. Well, I am Christian, but like I'm trying like to understand the Bible the way Jewish people understood the Bible back then.
Right.
So like
how they perceived it to be like way back
like
then.
All this, the metaphors and symbolisms and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I remember you telling me yesterday is that like the nowadays Bibles, like they're so difficult to understand, and like, but I think we talked about that yesterday. Didn't we?
Before I was like on the fence of like, it's probably all crap. It's probably not real. Like, there's no way somebody just snapped their fingers and everything was there. There's no way. And like I've tried to read the Bible and like nothing was making sense. But now since I've found my place, like I can read it and actually understand everything.
Okay, yeah.
And like
it makes sense now.
He'll talk to you through the Bible and like through like coincidences. Like I really want to know the answer to this. You read the Bible and like as soon as you open up that page, it'll be right in your face.
Yeah.
You'll be like, okay, cool.
Some people call that manifestation. You know, you think of it.
And if you go to church, like they'll talk about that thing,
right?
And, like that's just a sign that he's talking to you.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And like there's some people that say that they hear him, which is, talk to me, man. I want to hear.
Right.
But like,
I mean, some people aren't meant to hear either, you know. But it all depends on what your place is and.
Like there's a guy. shared a story that he was leaving some sort of baseball game or something like that he was doing with his he was leaving a curricular or whatever, however you say that,
Yeah.
activity from school.
Yeah.
He was driving, and then he heard a voice saying, "Go right." He goes, I'm not going to go right. That's a longer way to go home. Why would I do that?" Like, he took a left, and he goes, "I'm telling you, go right." He goes, "Is that you, guy? Like, is that you?" He's like, "If you want to understand, go right." So he turned around, went that way, and he was at a stop sign. And then his friend messaged him saying, "Are you okay? I seen you sitting at a stop sign." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." He goes, "You want to come hang out?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And he goes, hangs out with him, and then after he hung out, they were talking about God and stuff, and like had almost all of his questions answered.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I honestly do believe that too. You know, I believe that type of manifestation to not like I want a bus, boom, bus over there,
Mhm.
you know, or I want $1 million. No, I believe the being that has us all, is if you want something, he won't give it to you. But if your intentions are pure and true, that he will present a opportunity for you to get, let's just say, a bus or $1 million, or not that, but he will present an opportunity to.
Mhm. There's a saying that God will always say, He'll never tell you no. He'll either say, "Now is not the right time," or "You're not ready."
Right.
But you will have it. You're just not ready right now.
Right, not ready. That's why a lot of people are like, why can't I find DMT anywhere? Why can't I've been hitting everyone up for DMT, even people that have it say no, and it's like, because DMT is fucking powerful, like not like kill you powerful,
Mm-hmm.
but still at the same time kill you powerful. It we call it ego death. Like all the voice in your head, everything that just says you suck as a person.
Yeah,
that tiny voice in your head.
Christians call that the enemy, which is a devil wearing you down, saying,
Right.
You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. Like all this, to where you'll draw further away from God and like be placed in His just torment,
Right,
and stuck in His
like
grasp.
a pickle in a jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you break out of that, and no, I don't suck. I'm favored and I'm loved.
Right.
And
yeah.
As soon as you get like out of that mindset, you're free.
Exactly. And if you think about it, I mean, egos are pretty fucking bad. Like they will fucking drag you down until you're fucking a pancake on the floor.
Yeah, even if you think, "Oh, I'm the best ever," but like you're not, and you keep that same mindset, and you have to keep trying to be that person that you say you are, instead of just surrendering and being the person you truly are.
It'll help a lot.
It could be very, very energy consuming to keep mounting up to what you think you are in your head via like the ego.
Right. And if you think about it, the ego and the devil could be the same thing, like because egos are fucking bad.
Yeah.
Bad. And so I was watching the show Lucifer. I don't know if you've ever.
I've heard of it. I've just never watched it.
So he actually brings up a great point about himself that, like, he brings up an excellent point that just kind of stuck with me, and I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense. But he's like, the devil's not necessarily a bad person, alright, or a bad entity. He just tortures worse people, that he got cast down from heaven for wanting to destroy humanity, wanting to destroy us, I believe is correct. I'm not too sure.
Oh, I'll give you some light on that when you're done.
Okay. But he said that he loved too much. He loved his father too much. But I mean, that that part didn't really stick with me because it's like if you love something, don't hurt what they created, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, if you could shine some light on that,
All right.
please.
So the reason why he was cast down from heaven is because he was prideful. Angels aren't supposed to be prideful.
Right. Okay.
He was the most beautiful being God created, and he took
He was
pride
his
in
favorite.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he took pride in that. He's like, oh, I'm the best. Like I'm the best. What and like God created us humans, and he's like, well, why are you like, why is that your pride possession and not me?
Right.
Like, well. So he said he was going to be like the Most High and cast his throne above the stars of God, and he basically tried to take the throne from God. So God's like, okay, you want your own throne, I'll give you that. So he gave him his own throne.
Right.
You want a place where there's no God, there's no me, I'll give you that. There's hell.
Wow.
So technically, in a way, he gave Satan what he wanted.
Yeah. Like you said, in a way he did. Yeah. I just see that now.
Like, he didn't just go, okay, yep, you're done, you're out, bye.
Right.
He's like, you wanted your own throne, your own kingdom?
Here you
it
go.
is.
Yeah.
You wanted a place where there's no me around and, nothing of me? Here you go. I'll give it to you right here.
Okay.
It's not going to be above me.
Right.
But I'll give it to you.
Right.
And that just shows, even if you do turn your back on him, he still loves you, and he will give you still what he thinks you need.
Right. Now, what do you think about whenever he said that he's not a bad guy, he just tortures worse people? Because, I mean, in a way that does make sense, because, prideful isn't the worst thing you could ever do, I mean, I get that of an angel it is, but...
I mean, technically, even for humans, it is, like, in a way, pride is sinful because, like, if you think, like, you're the best and, like, you don't need God, you are God and like, stuff like that, that's bad.
Yeah.
But if, like, oh, dude, I made this. This is cool. I'm very proud of this. That's not bad.
Right, yeah. It's, to a certain extent,
but
prideful
him,
can be.
like, he tortures everybody. Yes, he could torture worse people more, but he does torture everybody.
Right.
And he tries to get them into his cult and he wants people as his own. And that's why he hates people that love God. He hates them. He absolutely hates them. As soon as you open the Bible, he gets a headache. When you start reading it, he falls down. Whenever you start believing in it and worshiping, he runs away.
Oh, wow. I never looked at it like that. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Oh,
in my lifetime, I never would have thought I would ever say anything like that.
Right.
Like, I was always like, no, it's not real. Nope. And then, bam, it hit me.
It presented itself to you, and you believe.
Yeah.
And that's good. It really is. So,
I mean, if you want to experience it for yourself, all you got to do is say, literally, like, all you got to say is, God, I'm surrendering to you. Whatever you want to do with my life, do with it whatever you want. And you will see a lot of changes.
Right.
He will either take people out of your life that is bad for you, or put people back into your life that you have lost, like friends and stuff like that. Not dead ones, but
but lost
people that
life.
you've lost connections with. He'll
Right.
put those back in your life that he thinks are good people for you.
Right.
Like with me, after I said that, me and Jordan broke up. He gave me my family back. So.
Yeah.
And it's been steady changing my life, and it's actually been going very well. So, yeah.
That's good. That's great. Actually, that's good. 'Cause, I mean, that's all you can do. Just take it step by step, and just submit. Like, all right, I'm here. I'm now.
You created me. I'm yours.
Yeah.
Do what you want with me.
Right. So, do you have any experience, anything to tell that shaped your choice of religion? That shaped your choice of belief?
Well, the giving me my family back part, and then tithing to the church, even if, oh, it's my last $100 I have. Like, I didn't know the second or third or whatever round of stimulus check was going around, and I was like, this is like my last $100, but I'm gonna give it to the church because I'm gonna
Right.
I'm gonna get paid next week.
All right.
So I do that. And like 2 days later, I get paid like $4,000 from stimulus. I'm like, wow, where did
Right,
that come
yeah.
from?
Yeah.
Uh, there's a saying, like, walk by faith, not by sight, and your life would be abundantly better. So,
Nice. That is a great saying. That is.
yeah.
So, I heard this story at the bar when it was open, right? And this old, very spiritual dude comes into the bar, orders a couple drinks, maybe like,
He was buzzing.
yeah.
He
But
had liquid courage.
yeah. But anyways, he starts talking to me, and he was like, whenever I was in Christian school and everything, I went up to the preacher, the father, and in the middle of class, and I said, "Oh, okay, nope, hold on, I got that wrong." He said that. So the teacher said, "Can anyone tell me who God is?" Right? So a bunch of kids raised their hand, and he picks on the one student that didn't raise his hand, which was the dude I was talking to. And he's like, "Who is God?" And the dude said, "An extraterrestrial." And I mean, I laughed too at first, but then he got to explaining it. Because if you think about it, extraterrestrial doesn't just mean a
Aliens.
gray, big-eyed
Yeah.
alien. It means a unidentified being that is above us, below us, and in us.
All around, yeah.
Yes, all around us. And the more he started to talk, I was like, God dang, like, what? Bro, like, how does that make sense? Like, it made sense, Like, I was like, wow. But yeah, it was like very cool how
There's
he put
people
it.
that say, like, how did God create the earth? Like, how did God create himself and create everything that ever is? And I was like, well, space is time,
Yeah.
matter. I don't know, there's space, time, and matter.
Yeah.
And he created space, time, and matter. And you'd have to. I don't know how this goes, but like it was crazy. He's not subject to time or space or matter. Like, he's just a being that has existed forever. And I don't know how it went. Like, I would have to find the video again, but if you watch, like, if I can find it and send it to you, if you watch it, like, it really, really makes sense on how, like, it really answers how, like, oh, well, how did he create himself? How did this happen? Blah.
Right, and then it actually has, like, not necessarily factual, but things that make sense,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next thing I'm going to move this topic along. Next thing I do want to talk about is conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
conspiracy theories. So, I don't know if you ever heard the yeah, you have the Joe Rogan podcast with Post Malone on it.
Yeah.
And where Post Malone says the U.S. or the Canada Prime Minister, I believe they have,
Mm-hmm.
said that there was, I don't know if he used the word reptilians or aliens or extraterrestrials, but they're in the U.S. government.
They're called the White Talls or something
Yeah,
like
the
that.
white fucking talls. Yes.
The White Talls.
And bro, I was like, all right. So Post Malone's a pretty knowledgeable dude about all this, right? Because I believe that he, like, the air quotes Illuminati
Mm-hmm.
presented themselves to him and was like, you do this, Like, you come with us and you work for us. You're a sign of us. And I believe that Post Malone was like, no. Post Malone, fucking Jim Carrey too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Jim Carrey, dude.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
so good.
He's so good. And that actually brings me to my next point of what Jim Carrey said on, I think it was the Fallon Show.
Yeah, or Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah,
Something like that.
some
One
show.
of them.
And he had there was this clip of the video. He had a triangle around his mouth made with his hands, sticking his tongue out like, ah.
Yeah.
And he was like, and the host was like, what is that? Is that a gang sign or something? And Jim Carrey just goes ham and he's like, oh, so you don't know what that is? Jimmy Leno or
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
David Letterman.
You.
Jimmy O'Fallon.
Yeah.
You're all part of it.
Right.
You can't tell me that. Apparently, like, all the laughs that were in there were added. Because nobody was laughing.
Yeah, no one was laughing because they all fucking know that he was telling the truth.
And, like, if you've seen his face, like, the host's face, he was like,
Right. He was like, and fucking looking around and shit.
Mhm.
Dude, he was spooked by what fucking Jim Carrey was saying. That's how we know why, like, we theorize that the Illuminati presented themselves to Jim Carrey and was like, do this, do that, just like Post Malone. He's like, fuck you, no.
No. Yeah.
You know?
Not saying I will ever become famous, but if I do, hopefully, it'd be cool. I'm not selling my soul to
fuck
anything.
no.
There's no way.
Like, there's a lot of things you can sell out in life, but number fucking one that you should not sell out to is the fucking Illuminati, dude. The higher ups, fuck that. That means that you are their puppets, that they have control over everything and anything you fucking do.
Want to know a different conspiracy?
Yes.
Easter. So,
Like the holiday Easter.
yeah,
Okay.
there was these two people. I don't know how it goes, but they had a kid, and then the dad died, and
Yeah.
then apparently went up in the sky in this egg or whatever, and then the son and the mother got married and had, did some stuff, and then somehow created a rabbit or egg-laying rabbit or whatever.
Right.
There's a staying, apparently, like, the staying of a religion where they would have babies and they would cover the babies in blood and sacrifice them.
To the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Or something like it's something
Right,
like that.
right.
But, like, it is so messed up.
Man.
And that is why my household no longer celebrates Easter, because it's also a pagan holiday.
Same as fucking Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think I might try out Hanukkah this year. See how that goes.
Hanukkah? Yeah, nice. Yeah. Always experience new things.
Because
you know?
Christmas nowadays is just, give
Give
me
me
gifts.
this. Yeah, give me this. Give me that.
It's all
I
about
want
gifts.
That.
No.
Yeah, no, the fuck.
Jesus was born on Christmas.
Right.
That's why it's called Christmas. Christ is in the name. So, to avoid, just celebrating gift giving.
Right, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hanukkah and stuff. So we'll see how that goes.
Right.
And if I like it, I'll keep doing it. If I don't, I'll just
I mean,
not
you got
celebrate
7,
either.
I mean, honestly, I think it's Hanukkah that's the longest celebration. Out
Yeah.
of 7 days, 7
It's like a 7-day worship.
beeswax candles, all this. Yeah. I mean, I tried Hanukkah. I think it was like once or twice, but it was pretty alright. Their food that they like, if you look up Hanukkah recipes, the food that they give on there is fucking unbelievably amazing. It's really good. It's better than like stuffing your face at Thanksgiving whenever you haven't eaten for like 3 days. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, because of my religion and stuff, I don't eat pork or anything like that anymore.
Oh, really?
Dude, it would probably make you stop eating pork, but if you get like a pork tenderloin or whatever,
Yeah.
and you put it on a pan with edges to where it could hold liquid, and you pour like Coca-Cola on there, you can see all the parasites come up.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
It is so gross.
I mean, I don't really like pork to begin with, but now I'm definitely not gonna fucking eat pork.
Like, you could try it for yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I seen this video of this lady had some sort of pork on plate like it was raw meat, and she poured soda on it, and like you just see all this white stuff coming up out of the meat.
Now it looks like white wiggly worms.
Yeah,
kinda,
and it's so gross.
Oh man.
It's like moving, popping pimples. It's
Right.
nasty.
Oh
And plus,
man.
you're like the unclean animal, so that and like all bottom feeders are not supposed to be eaten.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Well, man. Damn. That is.
what more conspiracies are there?
Um.
Ooh.
Mandela effect.
Here's one.
Okay. Yeah. You go.
Jordan, shout out Jordan. She gave me this one about NASA.
NASA.
And it ties into the Bible and stuff. The Bible
Okay.
says we live in a firmament. There's our oceans, our land, and then the sky, and then the oceans above before you get to heaven. And NASA started out discovering the ocean before they went to space, but they found something in the ocean that made them
Just stop.
completely stop doing the ocean and go, all right, we need to get out of here. Let's study space.
Right.
Let's study space.
Let's go up instead of down.
So, what if there's this portal from the ocean that leads up to the firmament above, which is like the sea above, like the sea above the world?
Right.
Because how you float
Kind
in
of like
space.
as above, so
Yeah.
below.
So, like, because
Yeah.
when you float up in space, there's no, like, gravity or whatever, so you're floating there. When you're floating there, it kind of looks like you're underwater.
Right.
There's no oxygen. Oxygen doesn't have, well, that we can breathe, have oxygen in the water. There's no oxygen in space. And I heard it from somebody. I talked to Jordan about it yesterday. She said she didn't say it, but I heard from somebody that apparently there was like a hole in the suit, in the spacesuit, and somebody almost drowned in space. How are you going to be able to drown if there's no water up there?
Yeah. That's fucking. Yeah. Wow.
How does that happen?
Right.
And it also makes sense because, like, we have a purpose on Earth, and, like, there's a purpose for us to be created. If we're, you know, on this big circle flat thing with a dome over us, I know people are going to bash me for this, but, like, there's a dome over us that, like, it's kind of more purposeful that, like, because that was specifically created instead of, like, oh, we're just a spinning ball in a galaxy of nothingness.
Right. Yeah. It's very difficult to think that way, and it hurts you very much to think that way.
Yeah, it's
You
like
can't. Like, to better yourself, you can't think that way. You gotta think.
people are going to go, oh, you're stupid. That's the most dumbest thing ever seen. The flat earther, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Believe what you want, I'll believe what I want.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the way it should be. Like fucking. I hate Jehovah
Jehovah
Witnesses. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just. But let's see. Oh, Hollow Earth. Hollow Earth. I believe that. I really do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, okay, so a long time ago, I think it was like this World War I or II pilot flew over Antarctica and saw this greenery around, like, just like there was no snow there.
Pause it.
So there's like a green spot in Antarctica all these years ago, and where there was not supposed to be any greenery. It was all supposed to be snow back then.
Yeah.
That was before all the polar ice caps were melting and everything and all this. And as soon as he passed over, like straight over it, all of his like compasses and all these different things started just going haywire, going all over the place. And I believe there's the main entrance, which is what's in that green spot, because supposedly there's like, I think there's like an ice cave now there that goes like kind of like slanted downways, like downward. I believe there's other portals, that you can access. Like, I actually really do believe that the Loch Ness Monster exists, because I watched this documentary and there's like, due to the magnetic frequencies in these certain type of rocks that's down there, like, in theory, they would be able to create this almost
like mutate.
What?
Like mutate.
Yeah, like almost virtually mutate into this like fucking
big thing.
Yeah, this big portal, which would look almost like just water. You know, 'cause it would be like clear, but when your hand goes through it. Anyways, I believe that's how the Loch Ness Monster would be able to come up, and we see it for a short period of time, and then go back down to that portal, which is a portal to Hollow Earth. I believe like Bigfoot, you know, all this different stuff.
Unicorns.
Yeah, like exactly. Like even like minotaurs or something, you know, like crazy, even extinct animals are down there, and I believe that right now below our feet is this whole civilization of us, but it's not us, because I also believe that we used to live on Mars, and we came here because we fucked that planet up so bad, and our time living on Mars, I watched this during Ancient Aliens, the History Channel. And during that time on Mars, our bodies would not be the same as they are now, because Mars is like lower gravity, all this. So it would be like stretched out. We would have like big eyes for night vision, almost like oblong heads, due to the low point of gravity. And over centuries and centuries of time being here, we have, because there's gravity, more gravity,
evolved into what we look like now.
Exactly. And I believe the civilization that's down there, there's still those main Martians, I guess we call them, but it's really us.
There's this thing I've seen where it says, what if we messed up Mars so bad that we sent a little portal down to Earth, and that portal was the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, and the people that were on the portal was Adam and Eve.
Yes. I heard that too, man. That shit fucking blew my mind whenever I read it. I was like, this makes sense. This makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of, it's weird that nobody is allowed in Antarctica.
I know, yeah.
Nobody.
You're not allowed. You're not. And it's like,
if you try to go there, you'll be met with like military.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like fucking Area 51.
Yeah, like everybody, like all the leaders made a pact to like not go up there.
Yeah.
We didn't make that. Us people in the countries didn't make that.
That
the leaders did. Yeah.
Their decision.
What if we want to go figure it out? What if we want to go see it?
Exactly. We should be able to, but we can't because they want to keep control over us.
Yeah, that's like...
It wants to keep us in check. And it's like,
yeah,
fuck you.
nobody lives there, so like there's...
Right. We wouldn't be bothering anyone.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like there's neighbors every fucking
you know
5
what?
feet.
Whatever. Because like if the military wants to stay there, they can get picked off one by polar bears. It doesn't matter to me.
Right. Yeah.
There's this thing that I've seen on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
That there was 2 people in one of the polars, and they were on this like little ice sheet that was drifting, like in the water, and there was a couple polar bears. No, there was a polar bear on a different ice sheet, and it was watching them, and then it got in the water and swam to them and got up on their thing. There's nothing they can do, so the polar bear grabbed one of the people and drug him back to like the ice cap that it was on and started eating them. And they could do nothing but watch their friend get eaten by a polar bear.
Right. Wow.
That would be hard to watch.
That would be extremely difficult to watch. Man, that'd be fucked up.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would do. Like because like if it's hungry enough, it could like eat that person, then come up and get you.
Right.
Eat you, and then come up, get the other person, eat that person.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. That would be super messed up to watch your friend get eaten by a polar bear and nothing you can do about it, just sit there and watch.
Yeah, there was this documentary on Hulu I watched about polar bears, and like it was eating a seal, and like because they're white, and their face after they ate a seal was like terrifying. It was like all bloody and nasty,
like right here around the mouth.
Yeah, like had this eyes. It's like, stay away from me, bro. Stay away from me.
Polar bears are terrifying, man. If you're up close to one, I mean, not saying at the zoo because they're
behind glass, yeah,
behind glass. But if you're up against one in Antarctica,
yeah, they're wild. They don't care.
Yeah, they will rip you apart.
They will maul you. They don't care.
Yeah.
You're food to them.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a seal in like 3 days. Oh, what's that? I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat that.
It's like that just makes you think. Because, I mean, a lot of humans say, oh, we're top of the food chain. We're big dogs. No, the hell we're
No,
not.
we are not.
No, we are not.
I mean, if we have
maybe,
weapons and stuff, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But you'd have to carry...
It still doesn't make us top of the food chain.
Yeah.
Because if they had weapons, I'm sure they'd fuck us up even more.
Dude, apparently, like, apes and stuff now are in the Stone Age to where they're, like, making spears and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy to
They're
think
making
about.
weapons for themselves.
That's crazy to think about, dude. It's going to be the next planet of the apes up in here, man.
That's... I heard that and, like, it's like, that's scary.
Yeah.
Imagine a gorilla running at you full force and, like, throwing spears at you. I'd shit myself.
All right, well, 100%. Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I'd feel like if a gorilla ran up to me anyway, I'd shit myself. Because, like...
They'd just take you, lift you above their head.
Dude, an untrained gorilla can bench press 800 pounds.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, there's the...
Could you imagine what a trained one could do? Like, if you trained a gorilla to just go in the gym and...
Yeah. Whew.
Like, holy shit.
When they run at you and beat their chest,
right.
I think there's a way you can, like, avoid getting eaten and stuff. Is like you're apparently not supposed to look in their eyes at all.
Really?
Because that's, like, a form of, like, you know, you're trying to test them.
Right. Kind of like a stare down. Like,
Yeah.
like a
You're trying
Western movie.
Like, what are you looking at? What
Right,
are you
yeah.
looking at?
Yeah. Wow.
So you gotta look down, not look in their eyes, and they'll like run and like beat their chest and like veer off.
Yeah, that would be insane to be confronted by a ape, by a gorilla.
I would hope they would be like a T-Rex and like if you don't move, they don't see you.
Right. Yeah.
I'd stay completely still.
Yep. Yep. Just staying still. Yep.
I look at the ground so I know where it's at all
right,
times.
where you
Just
see its feet. Yeah.
Just please don't eat me. Please don't hurt me.
And I mean, could you imagine if you open your eyes and see him charging you?
Oh man.
Man, dude, that would be unbelievably, denyingly terrible.
That'd be immediate exit of the bowels.
Yeah.
Like everything.
You just gotta face it at that point. You know, I'm dead.
If you survive, you're definitely gonna need new pants.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I heard this one zoologist or zookeeper who I forget who was saying it, but they're like a gorilla putting its fist down on your head like hard would be the equivalent to a wooden hammer smashing a watermelon. Yeah. I was like,
what?
That is terrifying, bro.
That is not okay.
Yeah. But again, that just shows us how low we actually are on the food chain.
Yeah, that shows us how weak we are.
Exactly. Like, could you imagine how much better evolved we would be if we didn't have, like, if we were in a utopia, you know, if we didn't have any war, if we were actually our own leaders instead of being led by someone that obviously is no good for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we'd be evolved past these physical forms and be like not necessarily giant floating glowing orbs, but you know, like conscious without physical forms. I believe that, but it would be crazy to see what we would actually be like if we didn't have all the bullshit aside.
Yeah,
you know.
But there's no way. There's really no way to tell.
Yeah, no way
until
in
it
this
happens.
lifetime, yeah.
Until it happens, which is the bad part.
Right.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Oh, the other day I took some of the Shilajit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had like this profound vision. Like it was like I wasn't seizuring, but I was like eyes rolled in the back of the head, vision shit.
That's scary.
Yeah, I was terrified, but at the same time, I saw these symbols.
How long did it last?
It lasted for like I looked at my time around like maybe like 3:30. So it would have been 4 because I had like I believe like a half hour later, and it lasted till 4:30.
A whole hour?
Well, no, a whole 30 minutes because it started at 4. But it's actually crazy. It's pretty cool though. I learned my real name is Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah, because I believe us as separate beings, but yet still the same, have different names. And I found out my real name is Xavier, so I like
Did you
that.
see any beans or anything?
No, it was
No?
just a place. It was very colorful, like trippy pictures. You see like purple mountains, fucking green skies, blue grass, all this type of fucking pink clouds. You see all this type of crazy stuff, and it's just really interesting. Seeing this is a chakra.
Yeah.
I forget which one.
Is it like the solar
is.
plexus?
The Swada Shana. They don't say it like normal people.
Here,
But,
let me look up the chakra.
Yeah. I also seen this one carved onto like one of the sides of the off-colored mountains.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a triangle with a circle in it, an upside down triangle inside that circle, and 1, 2, 3 circles at each point of the triangle with little triangles inside those circles.
Wild.
I don't know what this one means, but actually I do. Brandon Ricard told me.
That one's the heart.
The heart,
The heart.
the what looks like a U,
Yeah.
the heart chakra.
The heart, fourth chakra, is located in the center of the chest.
So that would
It
be
represents
essentially
love, self-love, and governs our relationships. Imbalanced attributes would be depression, difficulty of relationships, and lack of self-discipline.
Well, okay. I also saw this one. It's the triangle with like,
Bent-looking nail.
yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, triangle with the bent-looking nail.
Which is weird because when Jesus' hands and feet got like
Right.
nailed through, they nailed it through and then nailed down and bent.
Right, bent the nail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I never thought of it like that. Hell yeah. Thank you. See, I believe there's one more. Where it is. I got the spiritual journal, and the paper is like unrefined paper. Feel it. It's like soft paper.
Weird.
Yeah. But this one I actually know. It's the third eye chakra.
I want to read that one.
Yeah. But I took these as a symbol of me working on these specific.
Hold on, show me that one again. That one's okay. The third eye, sixth chakra, is located in the center of the forehead between
Yes.
the eyebrows.
Yes.
It represents intuition,
No.
foresight,
Mhm.
and it is driven by openness and imagination. Imbalanced attributes would be lack of direction and lack of clarity.
Yeah. And I took all of these symbols as a chance to start working on those specific ones. I took it as someone saying, "Yo, you need to work on these 3 symbols, and that's how you better yourself today, and tomorrow, and the next day." So I like to think of it that way. But yeah. So I think that's all the time we have for today. Is there anything that you would like to add? Any shout outs, any things you want to add?
Anybody that can do this podcast should hop on it because it's pretty tight. I like it. The setup's nice. It's got a really relaxing vibe to it. Like, yeah, you should come. You should listen because there's a lot of diverse things that are talked about.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot of things that most people or people some way in some form can relate to if it's with different guests and stuff. So yeah, listen if you want to. Hit Jordan up, get on the podcast. It's pretty fun. like, you're not gonna think of how it looks like until you get here. Because I was thinking of just like us sitting on the couch with microphones, just talking. I did not expect this setup at all.
Well, thank you for that. My dad sells honey.
There you go.
Shout out to Kevin Duff.
Get you some honey.
Yeah, all natural. We have our own beehives. It's all organic. We keep spring-fed plants around here, which is not the most organic, but it's pretty up there. We have no added sugars. All this. Planning on starting making like blackberry and raspberry honey. We got some vines growing out back.
Just take it off the honeycomb and put it in a mason jar. There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you guys put like the honeycomb in with it?
Some of them, yeah, like the big mason jars. Yeah, we have like a chunk of honeycomb in there. You chew it up. You don't necessarily eat it. I mean, you can, but chew it up like gum. Until it loses flavor. And you can either spit it out or swallow it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Cosmic Dragon. If you come out there on certain days, you'll probably see me working.
Bar will be open soon.
Yeah, the bar will be open soon. You're right. Yeah, we're remodeling. We're putting in a stage, some dartboards. We're making a smokable bar. So Delta 8 and CBD. I think Kratom too. I'm not too sure on that, but it'll be opening here in the next couple weeks.
Where's the stage going to be located?
I think it's going to be located up front.
Like by where the pool tables were?
No, maybe by like the window, like the doors, like not the door that you come into, but the doors that are always like shut.
Oh, okay, yeah.
By the front. Yeah.
I mean, those big round tables that are there don't really get used that much, so I feel like a stage in that corner would be pretty beneficial.
Yeah.
Because it's like not in the way. It's not like
Yeah, it very well could be. Or take out the reserve booth.
Yeah.
I know he was talking about that for a while, but I don't know if we're going to do that. But yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. Delta 8. Shout out to Delta 8. Yeah. I have somewhat sponsors now. They're supporting my podcast and everything. I'll give them a shout out every episode. Yeah, Delta 8 is pretty good.
Let me take one of these. Not take it home, but try one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, Delta 8 is a cannabis compound that has become popular because of its similarities to Delta 9 THC, the main compound in cannabis that gets you high, causing euphoria, happiness, sedation, symptom relief, and much more. Large amounts of THC are found in a majority of cannabis strains.
But it's not legal to sell here yet.
Yes. Well, Delta 8
This one looks nice. Yeah, because it doesn't. It's not like these crazy numbers of THC that are allowed in recreational use places.
Right. Yeah.
So that's a legal limit, but it should do good. That's sticky.
But yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to N-Bliss. They're building a dispensary right over next to Dollar General.
Really?
Yeah, N-Bliss. Go check it
for
out.
like medical.
Yeah, medical. You can get your medical card right at Cosmic Dragon. Actually, we have like a little kiosk that you can Skype a doctor. You fill out all this information and you get the card. It takes like 2 or 3 weeks to get in. Midwest Greens, give a shout out to them. But yeah. So I really appreciate you coming on to this podcast and talking about what you believe and your beliefs and how you feel about them. So thank you for that.
Thank you for having me on.
No problem. No problem. So,
come back anytime.
Hell yeah. Repeat guests are always welcome.